Hey everyone, welcome back to Pine Hollow Auto Diagnostics. We're somewhere on the side of a mountain in central Pennsylvania. One of my friends, he bought some property, and on this property was a garage, and in the garage was a pretty neat car. So the owner of the car needs to get it out of here since the property was sold, but the car doesn't start. What is it? It's a 1969 Ford Mustang Mach1. Apparently it was a prized possession. It was a show car. There's some competition tags. There's some information right there. 4-speed, 4 on the floor. So this is James Bond style here. But well, the battery was completely flat when I got here. 0 volts. Let's turn on the Tornado 90,000 and see if this battery will accept any current. It looks like it is. So we'll give it a few minutes. Look around the car, get familiar with it. Obviously it is carbureted. There's our fuel. Make sure we have fuel, spark. What more do we need? We'll check the fluids. See if this thing will fire up today. Alright, so the battery is charging at 40 amps. It's completely discharged, but apparently it can take a charge. It looks pretty fresh. Let's check the basic fluids. Oil, it's definitely full. It's completely black, so we'll need an oil change as soon as it gets back on the road. Coolant, don't feel anything in there. Nothing in the radiator, so we'll keep that in mind. Even if it fires up, we can't run it for too long without coolant. I have a little bit there. Power steering. There might be a drop on the dipstick. Don't see any gas in the fuel filter, so let's crank it over and see if we get any gas in there. Welcome back to 1969. This is pretty neat. Check out this shifter. 1, 2. It's kind of hard to... Oh, that must be reverse. Okay. So we're neutral. Let's see if the clutch works. It's springy. Let's see if the brakes work. I think the brake lights work. The light is dimming a little bit there. Let's see what happens if we turn the key. Oh. Okay. Let's see if any fuel got up to the carburetor bowl. Apparently the owner added a few gallons into the tank, but the I don't know if there's a manual prime for the fuel pump. But we need gas first. Alright, so the fuel pump is right down here, and there's no manual prime valve, so I'm putting a vacuum pump right on the fuel filter. We're going to pump it up, see if any gas comes through. It does look like there's something in there. It's filling with gas, so let's reconnect the fuel line, crank it over, see if the carburetor actually fills up. Alright, so we'll see if the fuel filter fills up. Let's crank it some more. Okay, let's check the fuel filter. Alright, so I got a catch can installed between the vacuum pump and the fuel filter. So I want to pump some fuel through, and now I want to crank the car and see if the catch can fills up on its own. I want to see if this fuel pump is actually functional. So let's set the camera up right here. Did you guys see any fuel in there? I didn't. I didn't see any pumping action. Alright, we're going to try something unorthodox here. So we got the air compressor to this cone adapter shoved into the gas tank. I'm going to pressurize the gas tank a little bit and see if that will force the fuel to the carburetor, because the fuel pump doesn't seem to be working. So just 2 blasts of air. Let's see if there's fuel coming up here. There is. Fuel filter's full. It's actually dripping right here. Let me tighten up that clamp. We'll make sure the carburetor is full of fuel. Crank it up, see if it works. All right, well, I'm going to see if it cranks up. If it fires up. So, gas to the floor. It's an automatic choke. Alright, here we go. Woo! It works. Just needed gas. Now, I'm going to remove the air and see if the fuel pump will keep pumping the gas. I don't know if it will. We'll take a look at that fuel filter, but hopefully we can get this car on a little test drive today if we find some coolant. But that's how old cars fire up. They just need gas and spark. Well, it seems to be happy, running on its own. Fuel filter is full, so fuel pump is working. I did top off the coolant. Took about a quart, so it's still not building pressure. There's the fluid in there. So there's no overflow tank, so you have to leave a little bit of room in here for expansion. Is it charging? Well, when you rev it up, see we're at 38 amps right now. So it's helping, but not really. So this car is definitely not ready for the road yet. We got it running. So I'm going to talk to the customer and see, do you want to make it perfect? Do you want to make it just drivable? So I don't know. But we got it running just by priming the fuel system and charging up the battery, which is almost what I expected because this thing is in pretty nice shape. It wasn't abandoned for 25 years, but it's been sitting here for a few years. It's definitely not ready for the road just yet. Well, after an hour of charging the battery, so this alternator is old school. It's not meant to provide like 100 amps. So with the battery fully charged, when we rev it up, our voltage actually saw 15.6 volts. I don't like that. It's too high. There's this auto light regulator that I don't know if it's wired in correctly. It's kind of I really don't know if it's working, but at least it's charging somewhat. Let's see if anything changes. see if the headlights can support headlights. We'll rev it up a little bit. I'd say it's good enough. So the owner just wants the car to be reliable enough to drive about 10 miles. I think it's in good shape. Pumped up the tires, checked all the fluids. It needs an oil change, but it'll make it 10 miles. It is charging. Battery's good. So I think with that, we'll call it fixed for now. If she wants to do anything else, we'll do follow-up, but pretty cool old American history here. 69 Mustang Mach1. It was neat to get it back on the road. Might take it for a little spin up and down the lane here, but pretty neat. So thanks a lot for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye. Alright, here we go. Maiden voyage. One more time. Pump the gas. Let it warm up for a second. Clutch in. Let's see if it'll go into reverse. First shifter, huh? Second. So clutch definitely works. That's first. Is this reverse? Nope. Let me figure out how to push, pull. There we go. That should be reverse. Let me release the brake. It's nice that it idles. Alright, here we go. So I think it's drivable. We'll get it on the road shortly. Alright, we're moving along here in second gear down the hill. Make sure the brakes work. They do. They're actually pretty good. There's the highway over there. We're not going on the highway, just want to go around the couple turns to make sure it's drivable, and then call the owner. Steering it's okay. Make sure it doesn't stall out at the intersection here. We're still idling. Okay, we're still idling, that's good. Turn signal. First gear. That's a steep hill. And the clutch I'm not quite used to. I think it releases about halfway. Right there. Let's try it. Nope. It doesn't want to rev up. So for these old cars, you really have to know some tricks to get around. You know, like the brake release, you can hold yourself on a hill with the little emergency brake. Let's see, third gear. Alright, we're good around here. Pretty cool. Alright, maiden voyage. Just have to get back to the garage, but seems to run fine. Shifts gears fine. Doesn't stall. We could raise the idle just a hair to be on the safe side, but I think should make the 10-mile journey back to where the owner wants it to go. So, pretty neat. Thanks all for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.